Good morning, Bitcoin. Today is Saturday, August 26, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin was up 1.25%, with a last of 43.51, a high of 44.36, and a low of 42.65. Bitcoin prices rise but fall short of all-time high. Boy, don't I know that. We spent 2 hours yesterday live on the air waiting for an all-time high that never came. However, after the brief correction, there is a possibility that we retrace and go higher. A sketchy new Satoshi has popped up to conveniently promote his new blockchain. A new Satoshi claimed to Verge magazine that he was the one, but he provided only proof that could be already found publicly, and he wanted to promote his new blockchain project at coinproject.org. The new fake Satoshi may also be the same fake Satoshi that contacted Bitcoin investor Tim Draper. Tim Draper recently tweeted that he was contacted by a fake Satoshi and that he was very convincing and wasted a lot of Mr. Draper's time. But it could have been much worse. Beware of any fake Satoshi that can't offer complete proof. Why Bitcoin's price isn't a bubble. Analysis agrees that basically the global audience for Bitcoin is bigger than the global audience for the stock market. The stock markets are usually nationality based. So the US stock market is a market, the UK market is a market. And now, if you think about Bitcoin, the entire world is the market. So there's lots more people waiting to buy. Volatility, not an issue. Bitcoin investors beware. The IRS is coming for your vast riches. As reported earlier, the IRS is using chain analysis software and has been using it since 2015. It's very likely that the IRS begins to go after large whales and heavy Bitcoin holders soon. Of course, this does necessitate the need for a more anonymous Bitcoin, where this kind of thing would be possible, or actually be impossible. And this can be developed in the future because remember, Bitcoin is software. It can be molded and it can change as conditions change as well. We're also joined by Jimmy Song for a check of the current scaling. How's it going, Jimmy?
Well, we obviously had a long show yesterday, and we were on the air like 3 times. So yeah, I think I'm gonna need some downtime after this show today. Anyway, yeah, scaling. Bitcoin Cash continues to have a significant percentage of hash power, largely because they have very fast blocks right now, and it's profitable. And I expect that to change in a few hours. They're only about 300 blocks away from yet another difficulty change. This will be plus 300%, so it will be unprofitable to mine. What happened last time, a couple days ago, was that no blocks were. 2 blocks were found in like a space of 10 hours that caused a cascade of difficulty changes, and this is just sort of minor. About 40% of miners seem to be just switching based on profitability, and I am working on an article to sort of like address this a little bit and figure out what like the best game theory option is for each miner, and like what you may want to do and things like that. So that's coming, and I'll probably publish that on Monday. But yeah, we did put out the explainer video for replay attacks, and I already have some Bitcoin donations. So thank you for those that have donated. Once we hit 0.15 Bitcoins on that on the address in that video, then we will produce another one and put another address and so on. So if you like them, or if you share them or whatever, that's please donate if you want to see more. Yeah, otherwise, yeah, 2x seems to still be on track. There's sort of like a Twitter fight between Barry Silbert and some core developers about whether or not there were some threats or not, or what was construed as threats or not.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. That's been a very dramatic fight with Barry going so far as to call them liars, and the developers going so far to say that Barry coerced or forced the DCG companies to sign 2x. Obviously, there may be emails out there which may get leaked, But if they do get leaked, they would be from a DCG portfolio company, so they would be taking their startup lives at risk. Very interesting story on Twitter.
I mean, I'm sort of monitoring that. That's more sort of political, so I try to stay away from that a little bit. But it's hard to avoid that because just about everybody's talking about it on Twitter. So yeah, I guess that's part of the scaling debate in a sense because 2x is going to be a hard fork, and there's some argument as to whether it's going to be contentious or not. I think it's pretty apparent that it's going to be contentious. So we'll be watching it and seeing how it progresses. That's my report.
And how are you guys holding out there with the hurricane? Are you doing okay, Jimmy, or are you in the path?
Yeah, I mean, it's just raining a lot, and the hurricane is moving like 8 miles per hour, so it's pretty slow. But it looks like we're just gonna get dumped with all the rain in the Gulf or something, all the water from the Gulf in the form of rain. Yeah, so it's going to be pretty wet. Thankfully, I don't live in like a trench that gets like flooded or anything, so it'll be okay.
All right, not so bad, because I watched a lot of reports last night with a guy named Jeff, and he was having a heck of a time, and the internet was like, hey, Jeff, get out of your car. And then he did, and then minutes later, the internet was like, no, Jeff, I'm sorry. Please get back in your car. I'm sorry for what I said. Be safe, Jeff. So yes, we're thinking about everybody that's affected by the hurricane. I've seen incredible footage of cars drowned in lakes. It's insane. But we just like to ask everybody to give us a thumbs up. YouTube promotes videos that have more thumbs up. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. And now, live from his car, we're joined by Tone Vase. How's it going, Tone?
Hey guys, it's going good. At least I'm parked this time, but I'm gonna have to get driving in a second. I wouldn't have even known there was a hurricane. I mean, this is the crazy world that we're living in with Bitcoin. Like, the only reason I knew there was a hurricane is because when we were streaming that thing live, waiting for the all-time high, hurricane had more views than us. I would have had, like, I don't look at the news, I don't read the news. It's insane. Just like everything is like Bitcoin price and doing videos these days. But yeah, I was really expecting us to break all-time high yesterday, hence the video that we did. Got delayed a little bit. I still think everything is ultra bullish, and I still think all-time highs are imminent. On the weekends, things tend to slow down because traditional banks kind of take a vacation. So it may happen this weekend, it may happen early next week, but I am looking for all-time highs. Actually, like from a weekly candle perspective, I know I don't have the charts up. It is probably better to break all-time highs next week, so Monday or Tuesday, to kind of really set us off on a brand new candle that's going to pump higher.
All right, we seem to have lost Tone, but thanks, Tone, for that report. We're just going to finish up the show here. It's a really short one today. I'd like to thank everyone who's contacting me on Twitter about my Europe trip. I'm really excited and I'm really nervous. But I'm accepting offers for couches and local guides and just friendly, smiling faces. If you want to contact me on Twitter, I'm going to Paris, maybe Amsterdam, maybe Berlin, Prague, maybe Switzerland. I don't know. But thanks so much to everybody who's reached out. You've been really kind so far, and I'm looking forward to it.
Also, you're going to get to be Thomas is going to do Today in Bitcoin from your house probably if you offer him your couch. So you may get a chance to be on this show. So
you could be in the background of this video, smiling and happy. But thank you so much to everybody that's reached out to me so far. And if you're thinking about reaching out to me, it would be great. And if you'd like to send us some Bitcoin donations, we'll be traveling Europe. We're going to go to the Hacker Conference or Hacker Congress in Prague, and we're going to go to the Breaking Bitcoin Conference in Paris. Really excited to do this. Never really traveled that much. So thanks so much. Looks like Tone was still frozen there with his mouth open. A great frozen image. But we'll be back soon, and we've got the Vortex with Bitcoin news coming at you today on the World Crypto Network. I want to say around noon.
Oh, it's today, not Sunday? He usually does his show on Sunday, no?
Maybe it's Sunday. I don't know. We need a better schedule, but we're supposed to promote the Vortex, and we're promoting them now. Subscribe to World Crypto Network. Come back later. Watch the show.
It airs tomorrow with Andy Hoffman.
Airs tomorrow with Andy Hoffman. Not to be confused with Andy Kaufman. But
or Brian Hoffman,
or
but
Brian
Andy,
Hoffman.
yeah.
There's a lot of Hoffmans. But thanks so much for watching. We're out of time. Until next time, bye bye.